Hey guys, hey, it's Brie here coming at you guys with another video. Today I want to talk about the power of your thoughts, like how powerful your thoughts really can be, and switching them from a negative mind thought to a positive mind thought. Using that with the law of attraction, you can manifest so much if you just change your thought process. So, and with that said, let's go. Have you ever had that time where you're just absolutely a Debbie Downer? Like you wake up in the morning and all you're thinking is crappy thoughts, you're in a bad mood, you don't know how to get out of that bad mood, you don't know how to leave that funk, and you're sitting there going, I don't care. Like, I want to be in a bad mood right now. I am not going to be in a good mood. Well, what you put out into the universe is gonna come back at you. So quit being in a bad mood. Quit having those negative thoughts. Get yourself out of that negative mindset immediately. Like, move yourself out of there. Whatever it takes. I woke up on Friday morning and I was just so done. Like, I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to even talk to anybody. I didn't want to mess around with anybody. I didn't even turn music on when I got ready in the morning. Okay, I always either listen to one of my really good audiobooks, like You're Badass. I just finished The Secret, so might start that over again though. Always a good refresher. But I always like to listen to something positive and uplifting in the mornings and while I'm getting ready, and I didn't even do that. Like, I was just, nope, not having any of it. I even walked in the office. I went in my office and I was all grumpy, and all of a sudden I realized that I was wearing on everybody else in the office. So I was like, okay, if I'm gonna be grumpy, that means my coworker is gonna be grumpy. You know, a lot of people will read off of you and it'll just be like this triple effect. Like, we don't want this ripple effect, not triple, ripple. We want like this awesome mood. You know, you spend a majority of your time at work, so it should be somewhat fun and somewhat nice to be there. It should be an enjoyable moment instead of being, well, I don't want to go because she's in a bad mood. I don't even want to go back to the office. So instead what I did is I put some headphones into my ears, I turned on some uplifting YouTube, watched some YouTubers, or listen to them more like while I was doing my work, and then I listened to Disney music. I don't know what it is about Disney music, but it helps me. And I started working on changing my thought process, and my day turned around immediately. Like, the minute I stopped thinking negative thoughts and started thinking more in a positive mindset, then my day started to turn around and everything went a whole lot more smooth and just that much better. So that said, what are some things that you could do? Well, for one, you can definitely start thinking more positive. You know, your coworker comes in and they want to talk negatively about your other coworker. They want to start gossiping. You can turn that around and say something along the lines of something good about your coworker. I usually like to throw something out there that's nice about them. Or you can change the subject completely and change it around. Like, I'll be like, oh, you know, I don't understand this in my line of work, you know. I'll be like, oh, I have a question about this instead. And stop what they're talking about so that you don't go down that path also, and you're not going down that. Gossip is a really, I know we all do it. I'm not saying I'm innocent. I've had my gossiping moments, but you know, gossip is one way for our mindset and our thought process to kind of go in the wrong direction. So we want to kind of stay away from that as much as possible. If you're feeling alone, you kind of really want like that soulmate, you want to find somebody, think about what you're thinking about. You're sitting there and you're completely upset and you feel so alone, and you're thinking, I feel alone. Well, the universe is hearing that, for one. And so they're like, okay, well then you're alone. Like, you know what? You want to think you're alone? You want to feel like you're alone? Well, then you're alone. So it's just like that. So start thinking of all the people that are in your life. You know, your friends, your family, even your coworkers. If you have a dog, you know, one of the best things about Sammy is I can be like, I'm never alone because I have Sammy. Like, I am never alone because I have Sammy. Then start saying things like, I will find my soulmate. I will find my soulmate, you know, but don't be so specific because the universe already has your soulmate. Like, they already have it picked out. It may actually not be what you think is your soulmate, it might actually be somebody else. You know, it might be somebody else that's gonna surprise you that you would have never even said hello to, you know? So stop thinking specific thoughts like, oh, he has to be like this, he has to be like this, he has to be doing this, he has to work in this line of work. Stop being so specific. Remember that the universe is only going to let you go up. They're never gonna let you fail, so they're not gonna give you somebody who's gonna make you fail also. So they have that perfect person picked out for you. Just go with it. You know, start saying, I will find my soulmate. Another one is I can create and fulfill a career path that I want for me. Hello. So a lot of times I hear people saying things like, I don't have a degree, or I can't get that job because I don't have that degree. You know, a lot of times people will tell me, well, I don't have a bachelor's degree, so I can't get a job. Okay, for one, I have a job and I don't have a bachelor's degree. So I have an associate's degree. I actually could probably have a bachelor's degree. I just never went and like finished my credits and stuff. I think I had like 2 classes left and I'd have it, but never finished it because guess what? It wasn't the right career path for me. It wasn't what I was supposed to be doing. Like I was in nursing, and as much as I love to help people and as much as I liked taking care of people when I was a CNA, it wasn't the right thing for me. So also that's the other thing. Remember that what is working for somebody else is not going to work for you. Everybody has their own career path. Everybody has their own direction that they're supposed to be going in, and everybody has something that's going to work for them. So remember that just because that person has everything that you want doesn't mean that you're not going to get everything that you want. It's just that your path is different than everybody else. So start thinking of, I can have the career path that I want. One that I can use to help people. So I love to say all the time, I can create and fulfill a career path that I want for me. One that I can be creative and help others. I love to help others, that's why I was going to be a nurse, but I couldn't be creative, and I spent so many times with my nose in the book, and I almost lost myself because I almost lost that creative side of me. But nursing wasn't for me. It wasn't creative. I could help people, but not in the way that I truly wanted to help them. Nursing ended up just being a pill popping, here you go, take these drugs that the doctor recommended to you, and not helping people by getting them back up on their feet, making them feel better about themselves, getting them going again, you know, that kind of stuff. That's what I like to do. And that's like the kind of career path that I want, to be creative and to help others. So I remind myself that every single day, that just because I don't have a bachelor's degree doesn't mean I can't have that. I can be whomever I want. I can be a creative person and I can help other people. I can have this creative outlet that I love to have, and I can try like different things and whatnot, and I can do whatever I want. I can go wherever I want. I can be whomever I want. Continue to tell yourself that. I can create and fulfill a career path for me that works for me, so I can be my own person. Say that to yourself a few times and say it out loud too. So another thing is, a lot of people will tell me all the time, oh, I can't do that because I don't have enough money. Okay. Or I wish I could buy that house, but I don't make that kind of money. Okay, for one, you're telling the universe that you don't make that kind of money, so you can't buy that house, so you're not gonna ever buy that house. Because you're already telling yourself and the universe that you can't have that. Knock it off, change it. Say, money comes effortlessly and in unexpected ways, and I shift my thoughts from poverty thinking to an abundance. Now I have this written, if you guys see me like looking down a little bit, it's because I have this written on a piece of paper. Sometimes I forget this too, so that's why I write it down and I carry it with me wherever I go. So when I start to think in a poverty way, like, oh, I can't do that because I don't have money, I started switching my thoughts to abundant. Like, money flows freely, money comes, money will come. You know, when I need the money the most too, it will be there. When I need, you know, all of this stuff. So when I was thinking poverty thoughts, I never had money in my savings. When I switched it to an abundant thought, I now have money in my savings. So another thing I like to say, especially when I'm thinking like in a poverty thought is I want to make money and keep my money. I want to make money and keep my money. I want to make money and keep my money. And I say that out loud. Even when I'm driving, I'm like, I want to make money and keep my money. It's okay to have these thoughts. Money is not an evil thing, because you want to know what? Money does get us that vacation. It takes us to places that we want to go. Unfortunately, money is, you know, something that everybody needs. It buys you groceries. It pays for your bills, you know. When you get a check in the mail, don't say, oh, okay, well now I have to pay for that loan that I had. That's great. No, say thank you. Say thank you for this money. When you get a bill in the mail, like an Amazon credit card, or, you know, even your student loans, or a car loan, like you refinanced your car, or you just bought a new car. For one, if you just bought a new car, that's stinking awesome, because you just took a chance on yourself. You said that you pretty much already said that you have that money and you are gonna pay that car loan off. Right there, you just switched your thoughts from poverty to abundance. Right there, you just did it. So that's pretty awesome. But every time that car loan comes in, that bill, always say thank you. Thank you for the money. Thank you. You know, whatever it takes in the morning, be grateful. Be grateful. First thing in the morning, be uber grateful. I love, one of the things I am always grateful for is Sammy, because you want to know what? I constantly put that into the law of attraction, that I am so thankful for her, because without Sammy, I would probably be extremely lost. Like, I would probably feel pretty lonely, because she is truly and completely a happiness in my life. She is, I honestly think like Sammy and I kind of soulmates. Like, I think we were in each other's lives in like a past life. Like I think, and we will continue to be that way. And I think that she did something really amazing in her past life, because that's how she got to come back as a dog, as a very spoiled princess dog, might I add, because she is super spoiled. It is so cute. I love it so much. But I honestly believe that no matter what I do or where I go, Sammy will always be there in my life. Why? Because we're soulmates. But I always say thank you for Sammy, because in any life, in any time, I want Sammy to be there. For as long as I can possibly hold on to my dog, I want her to be there. She is 7 years old, and I am probably an overprotective dog mom with her, but that's okay, because you want to know what? I am so grateful and so thankful. So in my student loans, like, I have a really good feeling that those are not going to stick around. And something tells me they're not. Like, something just keeps saying it. You know what? They're not sticking around, so quit worrying about them, you know? But I've stopped worrying about them. They're not the first thing I think about in the morning at all. You know, I honestly don't even think about them until I have to go and make that payment each month. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I have this. But then again, I say, thank you for the money. Thank you for the money for my education. But you wanna know what? If you start thinking in a more positive mindset, things are going to happen in a better way, and things are going to start flowing so much better, because what you put out into the universe is gonna come back at you. So if you put out a positive, you're gonna get a positive back. So, and who knows, you put out a really good positive, you could get like 10 positives back. But remember to say thank you also. So change your mind thoughts. Start thinking in a more positive way. You know, if you want to buy that house, then start thinking that money comes easily and that you are going to save your money. Now, if you have this goal in mind, and this is the other thing, so if you have a very big specific goal in mind that you want to have this much money in your savings by this time, and that time shows up and you don't have that much money saved in your savings, but you do have some, you know, you still have a little bit, however much it is, remind yourself that it's okay. It's still gonna come. That money is still gonna happen. You're still gonna get that money in your savings for a down payment on a house. It just didn't happen as fast, maybe because you had, in the back of your mind, you had a little bit of doubt. Use that as a reminder to take that doubt out of your back of your mind and remind yourself not to let yourself doubt. And don't let the universe, you know, the universe isn't gonna let you down. So if it didn't happen, don't be like, oh, well, that's cool, universe. Like, thanks, you know? The universe isn't gonna say, well, it didn't happen, so we're off to help the next person. I'll see you later. They're not gonna do that. The universe is not gonna do that. The universe wants you to be just as successful as you wanna be. They want you to thrive and be amazing. And I know I keep saying they, but I feel like it's a they. Like, I feel like it's a bunch of angels flying around going, please listen to me because I'm tired of you feeling like this. So, but remember, the mind thought needs to be positive. So, you know, if you come into work and you have this negative mind thought, do whatever it takes to be positive. Write it down. Write down whatever is bothering you and then choose to leave it on that piece of paper for the rest of the day and not even look at it ever again. You can put it in the shredder if you have a shredder at work. You can throw it in the trash, whatever. But write it down on that piece of paper and use that piece of paper as your release. Like, it's gone. I ain't looking at it. I don't really care. But I switched it to a positive mindset and the rest of the day was pretty stinking awesome. So, with that said, I really hope that this helped you guys. I hope that you guys remember to keep a positive mindset. Stop thinking negative. Get the negative thoughts out of your head and move more towards a positive mind. Whatever it takes, whatever you need to do, whether it's meditating in the morning, listening to some upbeat music, writing it down, and then throwing away that negative thoughts, whatever you need to do, figure it out. Because guess what? The law of attraction is a real thing and it's listening to your thoughts. So you can control your thought process. Like, if you're having a negative day and you're having a bad day, you can control that. You can start thinking positively. I did it on Friday. I didn't think I could, but I did. And guess what? Things started turning around and it became a better day. So with that said, again, I hope you guys really loved this video. I hope it really and truly helps. And I can't wait to hear some of you guys' positive mind thoughts and the great things that are happening to you guys. Remember, if you guys have watched my other videos, some really amazing things are about to happen. I know that some great stuff is really and truly about to happen, and I cannot wait to share more of my adventures with you guys, more amazing things that are happening. But with that said, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll chat at you guys later. Bye guys.